We watched that.
Francis.
Pope,
Yun, alam ko yun.
yeah, from Pope Benedict to Pope Francis.
Pero at
Yun,
least yan
napanood
nanalo
natin.
na, pwede nyo nang panoorin.
In conclave.
That's if wala masyadong sports to keep track of. Which I'm
There's
sure
a lot of
madami.
things
But there's
going
going
Daming ganun. May pa-breaking nga lang.
Ano, sige, go.
We don't know where to start, honestly.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the NBA. But thank you once again to the ladies of the big story, to Sean, to Regina, and to Pauline. On play-by-play, we've got the latest scores from the NBA, plus Gilas Pilipinas wrapping up its run in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers with another tough loss.
And we've got a recap of a full weekend of volleyball in the UAAP.
And when you say full, that's
Full.
8 games, both men's and
Full.
women's. Marami talaga. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litancalao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves. Future moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stopping another one. Bacunas rejecting Estevo for the
Let's kick things off in the NBA as a special night for the Golden State Warriors, which includes a crushing win over the Dallas Mavericks. The Dubs beat the Mavs here 126-102 on Andre Iguodala's jersey retirement night, which we will be telling you more about later on the show. Steph Curry catching fire, dropping a game-high 30 points to go with 4 rebounds and 7 assists. Jimmy Butler adding 18 points here, 3 boards and 5 dimes in his Warriors home debut. Golden State, by the way, is now 5-1 since trading for the 6-time All-Star Jimmy Buckets. The Warriors were in control throughout the game, even leading by 25 entering the final frame. The Mavs had no answers, especially with big men Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and Daniel Gafford all still out due to injuries. Kyrie Irving and PJ Washington tried to pick up the slack, scoring 17 points apiece in a losing effort. The Dubs, meanwhile, currently 9th in the West with 30 wins and 27 losses, just half a game behind the Mavs and the Minnesota Timberwolves. At a post-game press conference, Dallas coach Jason Kidd and Kyrie Irving talked about the Chef's scoring outburst and Butler's impact with Golden State.
Well, he's one of the best players in the world, and he got going this afternoon behind the arc and also getting to the basket. But I thought early on we were doing a good job, but once you relax on him, he's going to get the better of you, and he did that this afternoon.
There's just like calmness or like a poise that they have, and then also they could run a lot of offense using him as a decoy while also utilizing his skill set, which is post-ups, mid-range, and screening, and just being a pest out there, man, on both ends of the floor. And then, you know, he does all the little things for them, covers a lot of their mistakes. A lot of their defensive identity comes from him. Obviously, Draymond's part of that, but adding Jimmy to the fold covers up a lot of your defensive liabilities.
Just like Chef Curry, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is cooking as he leads the Oklahoma City Thunder to another gutsy victory. SGA bolstered his MVP campaign yet again by dropping 37 points in OKC's 130-123 dub over the Minnesota Timberwolves. With his team down 5 early in the fourth, SGA checked back into the game and sparked a decisive 18-4 run in the next 5 minutes. Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams combined for 37 markers in the match to support their main man. Without their injured bigs, Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards tried to punch back with his 29 points to no avail. The Thunder have avenged their Valentine's Day loss in Mini and remained rulers of the West with a 46-10 win-loss slate. The Wolves will try to break a tie with the Mavericks for solo 7th seed as they face Oklahoma City once again tomorrow. After the game, SGA and J-Dub stayed even-keel despite their impressive victory.
Nothing really impressed me about this group. We're so many games in. I know the character guys we have. I know what we're capable of, no matter what the game looks like. And we as a group did what I expected. We weren't perfect tonight. Obviously, our second quarter could have been a lot better. But yeah, we did enough to get a W, and we'll take it.
I think it was effective because they went small too. So this is like the first time this year where we've been able to like really be able to like match lineups with people. So it's good to have different looks, and a lot of it is just credit to the guys coming in that are trying to fit that rotation. To be able to kind of do that and not really know when we're going to go to it is special, and guys embrace the moment doing it. So it's good that we have that in our back pocket to be able to kind of switch the rotations up and see what fits and what doesn't down the stretch.
From the best of the West, let's go to the Kings of the East as the Cleveland Cavaliers win 7 in a row after beating the Memphis Grizzlies. It was a battle between two of the highest scoring teams in the NBA, but the Cavs coming out on top here, 129 to 123. Cleveland managed to make the right plays even without injured playmaker Darius Garland. Donovan Mitchell finished with a game-high 33 markers. His fellow All-Star Evan Mobley added 25, 13 boards, and 8 assists to match his career high. Ty Jerome came off big off the bench as he chipped in 26 points, including a bunch of timely plays in the payoff period. Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant, and Luke Kennard all joined forces for the Grizz with a combined 62 points in a losing cause. The Cavs currently own the best record in the league with 47 wins and 10 losses. The Grizzlies have lost 4 of their last 10 games, and they remain second in the West, though, sharing an identical 37-20 win-loss slate with the Denver Nuggets. Here's Spida talking about how he developed his leadership qualities over the years.
I'm a little bit of both. I think I give Ricky Rubio a lot of credit in that regard, and obviously my Johnny Bryant, who's been with me pretty much my whole career. Two individuals that don't really get high or low. They just kind of keep it even keel. And if you watch Johnny on the bench, I don't think he reacts to anything. He's going to hate that I said that, but watch him. He doesn't react to shit, anything, excuse me. But Ricky was the first one, just kind of, especially my rookie year when we got to the playoffs. My first playoff series against guys that I've looked up to. You know, you're a rookie, you're out there playing in Oklahoma City, being up 3-2, you know, trying to clinch a game out, like different scenarios. I give Ricky a lot of credit for that, and then Johnny as well. And then for myself, just being able to understand that no lead is safe, and you're never out of a game. You know, there's so many different things that can happen, and understanding different personalities and different things. Guys can kind of sometimes get high and be like, yeah, you know, we've conquered it all, you know, and then also can be like, man, we suck. Like, you know what I mean? It's just the natural ebbs and flows of it, and then. No offense to you guys, but like it's your job to report the highs and the lows and not really listening to that and just understanding it's a process.
Meantime, the champs are flexing. The Boston Celtics ramp up their title defense with another huge win, this time against the New York Knicks. The C's displayed dominance in the first half and championship poise in the final period to come up with a 118-105 victory. The Celtics were already up by 21 at the break, but they had to survive the Knicks' 39-25 blast in the next 12 minutes. Then Boston's winning pedigree kicked in to pull away from New York in the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown starred for Beantown as they finished with 25 and 24 points respectively. Karl Anthony Towns had 24 markers and 18 rebounds for NYC in a losing effort. The Celtics have won their last 5 games to tighten their hold on the East's number 2 spot with 41 victories and 16 losses. The Knicks are still third with 37 wins and 20 losses. In his walk-off interview, JT talked about his team's composure down the stretch.
Just about responding. We've been in 1,000 situations. And, you know, shout out to the group that started the fourth quarter. You know, they cut it down to like 10 or 7 or something to start the fourth. And the way that they responded, got stops and ran in transition and made the right play over and over again, you know, it was incredible and we needed it. And we just kept going from there.
Just before the start of the fourth quarter, Joe Mazzulla told you guys on the bench, we need this. How important is it to see the learning opportunities no matter the situation? Yeah,
just challenge ourselves on a nightly basis. You know, second half of the season, we all know it's time to lock in. Regardless of who we playing, whatever the record is between us, we need every win. This is a great opportunity Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock to get the juices flowing and get a win.
You're obviously in great form. The team just looks so sharp right now. What's one area you want to see the group improve on in this final stretch run?
To keep our foot on the gas. It's tough, great players on that side. They're going to make shots, but the best of our ability, when we make a run, they call the timeout, come out and make another run. That's a sign of a great team.
12 more NBA teams hit the hardwood tonight.
Let's take a look at the scores right now. My boy, Tyrese Halliburton, tallying a double-double to lift the Indiana Pacers past the LA Clippers 129-111. Tyler Hero had 40 points and 11 assists, but the Miami Heat still lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 120-113. And as you can see, the Toronto Raptors piling on the Phoenix Suns' woes after a 127-109 rout off the Valley.
Meanwhile, Franz Wagner and Anthony Black both scored 23 points to power the Orlando Magic past the Washington Wizards 110-90. Cade Cunningham outduels co-All-Star Trae Young in the Detroit Pistons' 148-143 victory over the Atlanta Hawks. And finally, the New Orleans Pelicans overcome a 17-point deficit to eventually blow out the San Antonio Spurs 114-96. Coming up, 9-time PBA champion Alex Cabagnot is moving on from Converge. Does this mean he's retired? Find out when Play-by-Play returns.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play, only on One News. Gilas Pilipinas ends its FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers campaign on a sour note after falling flat against New Zealand. The Tall Blacks started out strong, quickly putting up a double-digit lead after the first period. While Gilas tried to mount a few fightbacks, New Zealand remained relentless to take an 87-70 victory. This avenged their second window loss to the Philippines in November last year. Tohi Smith-Milner racked up 25 points and 8 rebounds to lead the Tall Blacks. Chris Newsom had 13 points as only 3 Filipinos finished in double figures. New Zealand ends the qualifiers with a 5-1 win-loss record to retake the top spot in Group B. Gilas finishes with a 4-2 win-loss slate after going winless in the third window. The losses are non-bearing though, since Gilas is already through to the main Asia Cup. There are no brackets for the tournament just yet, since 2 more qualifiers will be played next month to determine who else gets through. The FIBA Asia Cup will run from August 5 to 17 in Saudi Arabia.
In the PBA, Alex Cabagnot's short run with Converge has come to an end. In a post, the Fiber Xers thanked Cabagnot, noting that his legacy remains in the team. Cabagi did clarify online that he is not yet retiring from the PBA. Cabagi signed with Converge last year to mark his PBA comeback after a short stint in the Korean Basketball League. His departure from the Fiber Xers comes after his reported acceptance of the assistant coaching job for the UE Red Warriors. Now on to some volleyball action with a triple header in the Spikers Turf Open Conference.
Let's take a look at the results right now as the Signal HD Spikers getting their second win in a row at the expense of Savoj. The HD Spikers dug deep here to get a straight sets victory, 25-23, 27-25, and 25-19. Former league MVP Jao Mandal led Signal with a game-high 17 points off 16 attacks, while also contributing with 8 excellent receptions.
The Crisscross King Crunchers also claimed a sweep of Alpha Insurance 25-21, 25-19, and 25-21. Middle blocker Kim Malabunga had his best game since returning from injuries to both ankles. Malabunga finished with 17 markers. And lastly, the PGJC Navy Sea Lions squandered a 2-set advantage before outlasting VNS Letacrete Griffins in 5 sets. Final score 25-20, 25-22, 20-25, 17-25, and 17-15. Greg Dolore led the Navy's attack with 25 points on 21 kills, 3 blocks, and an ace.
Boy, it was another action-packed weekend for the UAAP Season 87 Men's Volleyball Tournament. From stare-downs to stunning victories, here's a recap of the latest set of games in UAAP Men's Volleyball. No Josh Ibanez, no problem for the USC Golden Spikers, at least in their match against the UE Red Warriors. Even without their 2-time MVP, the Golden Spikers made quick work of their opponents, 25-17, 25-18, and 25-19 to get their first win of the season. Rookie JJ Makam, a former UE high school standout, stepped up in the absence of Ibanez, delivering 14 points off 12 attacks and 2 blocks.
Quick point there for the Green Spikers.
Meanwhile, Noel Campton and the DLSU Green Spikers bounced back in dominant fashion. They beat the Adamson Soaring Falcons in straight sets, 25-19, 25-23, and 25-19. After a rough outing in LaSalle's previous match, Campton erupted this time around for 24 points on a sharp 22 of 39 attacking clip, as well as a block and a service ace. As for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, they overcame a slow start to take down the UP Fighting Maroons in the Battle of Katipunan. Ateneo's victory came in 4 sets, 23-25, 25-18, 25-22, and 25-19. Despite committing 14 errors in the opening frame, the Blue Eagles found the rhythm and took control the rest of the way. Kennedy Batas and Gian Salarzon each finished with 17 points.
Yung chemistry talaga namin nabuo this season, sobrang, solid compared talaga last year kasi in a way na sabay-sabay kami nagla-lunch, sabay-sabay kami nag-dinner para mapag-usapan kung ano yung mga dapat pa namin gawin and yung mga mali namin na nagawa during the training. So I think yun yung naging way, so kaya sobrang solid ng chemistry namin yun. And to add lang, laging iniisip namin na hindi kami nakafocus muna sa Final Four. Nakafocus kami kung ano yung meron talaga ngayon. Kasi pag nakatingin ka sa dulo, pwede kang madapa. So present lang muna yung iniisip namin.
And in the biggest win of the weekend, the FEU Tamaraw stunned the defending 5P champions, the NU Bulldogs, in straight sets, 27-25, 25-14, and 25-23. This marks a Tamaraw's first victory over the Bulldogs since season 81. Drick Saavedra led the way with 20 points. Jelor Talisayan also stepped up for the Tams with 11 markers, including 3 aces, and had 14 excellent receptions. Rookie Amit Between added 10 markers.
Sobrang saya kasi yun nga sinabi nga ni Coach, ilang araw din kami walang pahinga so parang magaan na pahinga bukas. And yun nga, after ng bukas, banat ulit. And sana tuloy-tuloy yung motivation ng lahat na na walang magkumpiyansa, na walang mag-relax. Good thing kasi ngayon sa team namin na napag-uusapan namin yung about mental. So, bale talagang yun yung kulang namin nung last season eh. And sana tuloy-tuloy kasi parang maganda yung kinalabasan eh. Gaan maglaro, sobrang saya, yung lahat nag-enjoy lang and pinapakita yung best nila.
Coming up here on the show, we'll head on over to the women's side following the thrilling games this past weekend in the UAAP. All that and more when play-by-play returns only here on One News.
Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Another thrilling weekend of UAAP Season 87 women's volleyball is in the books. From comeback wins and breakout performances to a 5-set thriller, let's break down all the action in this recap.
Combination play, Poyos.
The UST Golden Tigresses roared to their first win of the season, outlasting the UE Lady Warriors in 4 sets. Final score, 28-26, 22-25, 25-23, and 25-15. Angge Poyos led the way with 21 points, including 4 blocks and 3 aces, while Regina Jurado delivered 22 points and 8 digs to help UST bounce back from their opening day loss. The DLSU Lady Spikers are on the board as well after a straight sets victory over the Adamson Lady Falcons, 25-21, 26-24, and 25-20. Alea Malaluan and Angel Canino took turns powering the Lady Spikers, combining for 31 points in the win. Shaina Netura tried to carry the Lady Falcons again with 16 markers in a losing effort. Still, she gained the respect of her opponents, with Canino and La Salle head coach Ramil De Jesus speaking highly of the Adamson super rookie after the match.
Grabe yung makikita mo yung court IQ niya, medyo sobrang taas. And same time, yung leader niya, yung leadership niya talagang siguro pagdating ng sophomore o junior unit o ibang klase na kung bata.
I think pinahirapan na rin kami, kaya isa din siya sa mga pinag-prepare talaga coming this game. And napapili din ako sa kanya kasi at napagaling talaga parang sa kahit na sino na like, parang tignan mo siya parang hindi siya rookie.
Chance here to counter.
Meanwhile, the Ateneo Blue Eagles flew to their first win of the season after stunning the UP Fighting Maroons. Ateneo's victory also came in straight sets, 25-18, 25-22, and 25-18. Sobe Buena, returning to full strength after injury rehab, exploded for 17 points on 15 of 27 attacking, while setter Tax Fujimoto dished out 14 excellent sets. And finally, the NU Lady Bulldogs overcame a scare from the FEU Lady Tamaraos. The defending champions rallied from a 2-1 deficit to claim a 5-set thriller, 25-15, 23-25, 24-26, 25-23, and 15-8. Alyssa Solomon came up big with 23 points, while Bella Belen fired 21 markers, including a massive 7 aces. Vange Alinsog also added 19 points and 15 excellent receptions to help NU remain unbeaten at 3-0.
I'm very happy kasi lumaban yung team namin. kahit yun nga, down kami ng 2 set, sabi lang namin sa self namin, hanggat hindi pa tapos yung game, hanggat wala pang nakakatatlong set, hindi pa tapos. Thankful lang ako sa mga teammates ko kasi hindi sila bumitaw, hindi nagpatalo.
Start of the week, Monday, we've got an all-NBA lineup just for you in tonight's highlight reel. Daming games eh. Simulan na natin. In Golden State, first game ni Jimmy Butler in Golden State. Nice pass, Raymond Green, backdoor cut. Naiwan si Max Christie, Jimmy Buckets with a two-handed slam. Thanks to Draymond with that pass. Jimmy Buckets, so far so good. Since Golden State traded for Jimmy Buckets, they've won 4 and lost just once since that trade. Butler had 18 points in his Warriors home debut. Golden State, not 4-1. Make that 5-1 since trading for Jimmy Butler. Let's move on to the next play now from Golden State. Well, we stay in Golden State. From Butler to Curry. Look at that move, splitting the defense. And then Draymond with that check. Look at the dance. Di ko kaya. Hirap eh. But take a look at that move by Curry. Just breaking down P.J. Washington and Dante Exum's defense, using that screen set up by Kevon Looney, and then that high looper, one-hander, runner using the glass, and then Draymond. One more time. Wala na. Wala na yung sayo ni Draymond Green. But the chef cooked up 30 points as the Warriors beat the Mavs 126-102. Okay, on to the next play. We go to Minnesota. OKC versus the T-Wolves. And J-Dub! Woo! From half court, beating the buzzer there. Williams had 18 points, 9 assists, 3 steals as OKC handles Minnesota 130-123 in Mini. Take a look at that half court heave by J-Dub. Okay, next play. Beautiful ball movement by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Look at this. Allen, Mobley, that was Strus. Then Allen receiving, and guess who's trying to block? Ja Morant, and then the hug after. He knew he was posterized. This time he was on the other end of the poster. And look at that hug. Ja Morant knows he was destroyed, but Jarrett Allen there on that sequence. Boom. Cavs beat the Grizz 129-123 at home, still number 1 in the league. Lastly, Pacers Clippers. Take a look. Harden, bounce pass. Nope, stolen away by Hallie to the former slam dunk champ back in 2022. Obi Toppin. Woo! Before Mac McClung had his three-peat slam dunk, it was this guy who won the slam dunk contest back in 2022. Hallie, Obi, connect. And that was one of 12 assists from Halliburton to go along with 29 points. Toppin, by the way, had 10 points in this one. 5 boards, 6 assists as Indy beats the Clips 129-111. Check.
Smooth with a shimmy.
You want to go back to that play? Let's go back to that play. Steph Curry breaking down the defense. And then here it is. So do you choose the Curry play or the Draymond dance?
I was going to say Draymond with the smooth shimmy. Andre Felix, nagfe-feather duster ng balahibo ni Booker.
Okay. Kaya mo ba yan? Kaya mo ba yan? Walang Beyonce. All the single lady. Tama na. Before we go.
Are you okay?
I'm not. I don't know how to dance. That's why. Wala akong talent sa pagsayaw. Sorry, pasensya na po.
All right. Before we go, we want to congratulate 4-time NBA champion Andre Iguodala for his jersey retirement. The Golden State Warriors immortalized Iggy's jersey number 9 by raising it to the rafters of Chase Center after their match against the Mavs today. Iggy is the 7th player to have his number retired by the franchise. Apart from 2 years with the Miami Heat, Iguodala had been in Golden State since 2013 until his retirement in 2023. He led the Dubs to their first title in 4 decades in 2015 when he also won Finals MVP. This sparked a run of 3 more titles in 2017, 2018, and 2022.
And let's not forget Max Kellerman choosing Andre Iguodala, because there was a question back on their show, First Take. Molly asked him, last shot, who would you give it to? Steph Curry or Andre Iguodala? And Max Kellerman chose Andre Iguodala. He said, I'll go with Andre Iguodala than Steph Curry.
Well, you know what? I will always remember his block on LeBron.
Oh.
Ano? Wait,
Wait, but LeBron the block. LeBron's block on, okay, yeah.
That was sayo kasi ni Andre eh.
No, 2016. Oh, that was what you were referring to. Yeah, but, 2016, that was a crucial one. Game 7 in Golden State. Remember the Kyrie dagger, but there was that sequence, Iguodala, and then LeBron chased down that block using the glass.
But, you know, again, like, as infamous as that block is, Andre Iguodala definitely has had major contributions to the Golden State franchise, and that's why he's so well loved by the fans and
the players,
players and the management as well.
Yeah. And he deserves to have his jersey retired in that arena. And that's all from us tonight. You can catch us again, though, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao. Thank you for watching. Good night.